Hello and welcome to Sensei podcast. This is Manos Brilakis discussing with leaders in the field of CTO and complex PCI. Sensei means teacher or master in Japanese. The goal of the Sensei podcast is to help you learn and improve in CTO and complex PCI so that you can become the best that you can be and offer your patients the best possible results. Whenever you're ready.
I'm ready. Ready to go. Ready, Freddy.
All right. Hello and welcome to Sensei Podcast. It is my great pleasure to introduce our guest today, Dr. Ilya Litovchik from the Shamir Medical Center in Israel, where he directs the CTO program. Great CTO operator, great friend. Ilya, thank you so much for joining us in the Sensei Podcast.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you very much.
And Ilya, you're the first interventionalist from Israel we feature in the podcast. So congratulations and thanks again for being on this today. Maybe you want to start by giving us a little overview of your personal course over the years. What made you go into intervention, complex intervention, CTO?
All right. So the question where all this started. I think it started some 10 years ago. I finished my military service. I was a consulting cardiologist in Army and was fed up with, ambulatory cardiology, boring, same thing, different day. And I was keen starting something new, more meaningful, more challenging. I've got then a very good friend of mine, a very close friend, good colleague. Today he's head of Cath Lab Sarminha, and we discussed a lot of how to build an excellence, how to stand out, because the matter is that we are working in a large tertiary center. The fifth in size in Israel, but we have no cardiac surgeon in place, so we're pretty limited in some structural stuff, and we're focused on coronary interventions. And it is challenging to find something new in coronaries, and with these ambitions to become something special, something excellent, we had to work hard. We started doing a lot of cheap cases, complex cases with imaging and new techniques and atherectomy and IVUS, FFRs, whatever comes to the market. But we were lacking something speciality, something special. So from this point of view, CTO work fit perfect. We know it's a summit of interventional cardiology, technical skills, strategy, anatomical understanding, everything that clicked with me perfectly and matched the direction of the Cath Lab. So this was a premise. That's how we started. But actually, and we succeeded. We have a very nice CTO program now. We are recognized across the country. So I think it was rewarding very much. Personally, as I was freshly retired from Army, so looking for my place in cardiology, I went to Milan, to San Raffaele, the Cath Lab of Colombo, Zimlatib is perfectly known, Matteo Montorfano. And that was the place that I first met Maure Carlino. And it was pure luck because Carlino was hosting true Sensei, Dr. Professor Sunao Nakamura from Japan, from New Tokyo Medical Center, Shin Tokyo. And they ran a 2 days CTO workshop, 8 cases. I was completely amazed. It was the first time I saw all the stuff, retrograde cases and reverse cart. Was absolutely fascinating how they looked on anatomy. Each segment mattered. It was absolutely different view on coronary disease. I was very impressed. I even sneaked out all the cases, all the recordings on USB. I still treasure this USB. It's the key for my career. So looking ahead, we had other CTO meetings, Amsterdam Actors with Paul Knapp and Alex Knapp, and then Optima CTO, and participated in with James in a course of James Pratt. We had a course in Belfast, Simon Walsh and Colin Hanratty. Then I had a short fellowship in the cat lab of Sunao Nakamura, Sunao and Shotaro Nakamura, with a very vast exposure to CTO cases. So in 2017, somewhere there, I get back after all this journey with a USB and a lot of motivation, and I get a fantastic presentation from my cat lab staff. It was really very deep and detailed, all the algorithm of CTO, many examples, many videos, not my cases definitely, but from real senseis, and
Sure.
everyone was just so impressed. They were shocked and they were very excited. But my boss said, "That's great stuff. That's very interesting, but we are not doing any of that. Okay, forget about that." Okay, so this journey ended up, was cut, and I returned back to doing ICU rounds and trivial procedures, but still keeping in mind my say dream or my aim target, getting to a city of practice. So then we had this case that changed everything. As always, we had a very difficult patient. I remember him very good and perfectly. It just stands for my eyes. He had severe heart failure with 2 CTOs. He lived on one marginal branch. He was a very sick patient with multi-organ failure. And RCA was, looking backwards, was a really easy case for simple wiring, but it was a true CTO. We performed a lot of examination, PET-CT to evaluate viability with a very low ejection fraction. And we were always explaining the risks of intervention, laying out the possibility of complication and maybe mortality. And this guy just looked at us and said, "I'd rather take a risk of dying at the procedure rather than waiting for the end to come." But we didn't dare to do the case. We didn't attempt. We weren't there yet at that moment. And he just started spiraling down into his heart failure and died. And that moment that pushed me to move forward. I said, but by all means, I have to start this initiative, no matter what. So the first case was in 2017. It was RCA, a classical RCA, JCTO, zero case, mid RCA. But we played by the book. We put 2 catheters, all the gear, a micro catheter, serious wires, and in 5 minutes, we just wired the lesion, and it was a huge success. And both came to see our success. A patient improved immediately. It was fantastic. It was very good with very good result. So we got this inspiration, this strong wind in our back to go forward. We had a carte blanche, the level of my cat lab, definitely. So we had a group of, say, like-minded colleagues from different hospitals. We gathered together in some initiative that we called Israeli CTO collaboration, something like that. And the main problem was to overcome the resistance. We had a very significant old school resistance.
Is that the patient or the cath lab? So was it easy to convince the patient or the cath lab?
All patients were very eager. I remember a lot of talks, communication with different patients, explaining them what I'm going to do with that. And then boss just said, "Stop! We are not doing this. We have no evidence," or something like that. That's what wasn't. As a big boss, okay, department head, not a cat lab head. My friend, he was really always supported me as a true a partner in crime for everything I'm doing. So we were very proactive. So we had to figure out how to overcome this resistance because it was really tough. Any meeting or something, we started speaking on CTO. Old guys, just blocked us and ruined all motivation that we tried to
Sure.
build. So we we built a protocol. We just proposed the CTO PCIs like in a registry, like in a scientific activity that we want to perform in different centers to follow up this patient, and that paid off perfectly well. We started doing it seriously in the same manner and like systematically gathering information on our patient. Not very big numbers, but it was consistent and multi-center. So we had a sort of club. But we started doing small meetings, and eventually it developed to a dedicated CTO session in ICI meeting. We'll have in December CTI ICI meeting, and I have an honor to help organize these meetings, these sessions. This is for now the current status of this collaboration. And then, you know, things picked up. Industry came in, supported us, started bringing proctors to Israel. First proctor was Paul Knappen, a very good friend. He had a 2 days workshop in my hospital. It was like a CTO starter, CTO program starter. It was very successful, very motivating. Uh, Also in other centers, definitely. Later we had Elliot Smith, Sunao Nakamura, friends like Rustem Dautov from Australia. I have to mention that the CTO initiative in Israel, we are the second generation of CTO, because there was a first generation. There was an old guy, honorable person, Professor Almagor, from Jerusalem, that organized Jerusalem CTO Symposium many years ago. It was not the light case. I may recall the case didn't work good. It was a complication. They had to cut the case. It was a live demonstration, kind of scandal. So, but he is a real pusher. So, during our times, on the second generation of CTO history, he organized a second Jerusalem CTO symposium with senseis from all around the world, Masahisa Yamane, Gentle Hill, Elliot Smith, others. It was very impressive, very, very, very significant event. So we felt that there is enough buzz surrounding CTO. We are, in the middle, in the lights. So we felt that we can go on. We had everything we need: a community, a meeting, research protocol, ethics approval for research protocol. Yeah, we're playing like big guys. Definitely, we had a lot of complication in the beginning, but this construction with a platform of a knowledge exchange and meeting made us even feel happy for tough cases. We presented them, and we help us to lose fear from failures. So I think that was the beginning. This a long road with started with curiosity, passion, enthusiasm, cooperation, all together.
So that was again amazing journey to be able to create all this from scratch and convince people and go from there. Now, you mentioned you did train. You would go to some of the hospitals in Japan and other places in Europe with Paul. Um, how did you teach the other members of the team? Was it through the visitors yourself, or how did it work to get the buy-in from the other members of the cath lab and the other team in your hospital?
So first of all, we have a fantastic team in my lab. I'm proud of my team. We built this team. It was a long journey by itself because people had to learn the steps of CTO. to gain some orientation during the procedure, learn devices, techniques, and everything. And first of all, we had to create a good communication between team members, because as we all know, things can develop in a very fast manner from the calm situation to some trouble and catastrophe. We have a very interesting project of team creating team or building, growing up a cat lab team that is able to handle troubleshoot catastrophes. By the way, you inspired part of this initiative. You had a very good lecture on treating complications that dealt with surrounding with the people in the cat lab, how they cope with troubles, with failures and complications, how they work together. So you inspired me to dig a bit deeper in this theme, and we really invest in every new team member to catch him up to the level of other team, where we are doing a lot of drills together, simulations. Actually, I had a talk that I wanted to present in Nice, but I was unable for known situation to get there this year. Hope sometimes I'll present. I had this talk in the Warsaw CTO Symposium. It was very interesting how you build a successful team. On the other hand, we have this is never CTO is never the one man show. You have to have a wingman that knows perfectly your job and is able to assist you and to take to to help you to see, to have to this step back, zooming out to see the picture, the large picture, knowing where the things are going, and maybe how to say, taking a part of parting your tension, your because in difficult situation, you usually develop like a tubular vision. You look only in the one spot, and your coronaries or your patient's coronaries definitely, and you cannot see the whole picture. So you lose orientation, but you have to keep the awareness of what's going on, and your wingman has to be fit for this. So we have also, as I said, simulations and drills. We're working together, which is also learn each other during the cases, and we also learn in a frontal manner. We have a routine of meetings, weekly meetings, so we can bring different cases, talking about and explaining new devices, new techniques, whatever. That's how we built.
Perfect. Well, congratulations. Congratulations again, Ilya. I mean, that's obviously a big achievement, being able to create something from scratch and convince people and teach people and get everyone comfortable in doing this and building it to a high level. Now, what was the hardest thing for you into this process? Was it convincing the other people in your department, training the people, the technical part? What do you find the hardest thing in your journey to building this program?
This program, actually, I have no feeling of conquering something or it wasn't very hard in any meaning, no physically, no mentally. It was very harmonical development of cheat procedures in the lab. We added something new. We proceeded in a stepwise manner. We didn't jump from 0 to 100 miles per hour. No, we just did the small steps every time, adding new techniques. So it wasn't very difficult to convince people to do something. But I think challenging was doing first retrograde case without a proctor. I remember this. This was the case with complication, and we troubleshooted it in the perfect manner. A patient ended this case with a successful result. He's still followed up in the clinic and is doing very good. I think that convincing old guys was a bit tough because we were we held some emotional discussions between us,
Yeah.
arguing with each other because, as we know, CTO hasn't yet very robust evidence for mortality benefits or something. So we hadn't yet got a very strong cards in our hands, and we know that all depends on the level of your proficiency. If you proficient enough and humble enough, you can manage case without complication. Then you really bring some value for patient. Otherwise, you just, even if you open the tube, you can do even more harm, even if the tube is has teamy flow, teamy tree flow. This was difficult, but otherwise, my feeling from this journey is very, very positive. I think it was a very constructive. I was evolving, developing. Feel very good with that.
It's wonderful. So, for the people that you train who come and watch you and train from you, what excites you the most? Who are the best students, so to speak, of the people who want to train?
Uh, um, Students. I think that the most exciting student is the one that asks deep questions. When someone asks how 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 I'm doing it, how to do this, a technical question, it's a bit shallow approach. And one who asks, "What am I doing? What should I do?" He looks a bit deeper, like looking on let's say wire, the talk of Elliot Smith on wires in choosing the wires in the CTU. He asked the question, "What do you want your wires to do?" So you're asking the clever question, which wire to choose, which device to choose. So the student ask question, what should I do? What's the purpose of next step? And only at the end he asks how to do this. This is a student that, in my opinion, will learn better and has better uh, 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 he will catch this stuff in a better manner. He'll rise higher. I think this how to convert from a technician into a thoughtful operator. So
Wonderful, wonderful. That's a key part, and sometimes this may be one of the hardest things to learn. So you're absolutely right. Now, when it comes to you as the doing such a complex job and demanding and stressful, how do you keep your balance? What do you do personally to keep yourself in good mental and physical um, shape to be able to do this?
yeah, well, it's a difficult question. And I try to separate work from my life, from my living. I'm not very successful in that because I keep contacts with many of my patients, and then I cannot. Rarely I can just disconnect absolutely. Um, I'm trying to do some sports. I like reading books. I read the books, ironical and cynical books, just to keep a bit of mental health.
What's your
Traveling,
favorite book? Speaking of, what's your favorite book?
favorite books. Um, the real champion of the last year is Umberto Eco. Pendulum of Foucault, I think is the summit of literature. Perfect, also ironical and cynical, and very deep, and with a very deep research in many things. I like it very much. And also, other stuff. Now I'm reading Catch 22, and also the absurd, and it's very. Uh, um, I feel it's very understandable from my point of view. We are living in a very difficult world last years, so looking at things from the different point of view, not too much diving into the situation and keeping eye aside, is very helpful. I think, and very healthy. I think this kind of literature, classical literature also, but it is boring.
Sure. Now, how about your favorite movie? What's your favorite movie?
Many. Oh, um, the favorite movie. I think I mentioned Fellini. Fellini, Interview of Federico Fellini. I think it's a perfect movie. Amarcord. Fellini. I like nostalgic movies, like mm, La Belle Époque. It's very interesting and nice, but also, funny stuff, comedies like um, Guy Ritchie, Gentleman. I think it's masterpiece.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And then how many hours do you sleep?
Ah, 6, 5, 7, depends on the day. If I'm on call, maybe less, 3.
Wow. Okay. You're able to function okay even with a limited amount of sleep.
No. I have to sleep more. I take a nap during the during the day. You can cut it out.
Okay. Okay. Wonderful. And now, Ilya, what are you most excited about the things that you've done before? What are you most proud of the things that you've done before?
In a medical career, in a cardiologist career,
Personal and professional, or in general?
in general, I'm very much proud of my daughters. I think it's one of the best achievements of mine. I have 2 daughters. Older is a philosopher,
Congratulations.
and the younger is the 5th year medical student in Czech Republic, in Prague. I watch them, their development, their how they building their lives, careers, how they grow. I think that's perfect. Perfection to perfection. I am very proud of both of them. In my career, I think that this CTO program, CTO initiative, is real. I'm really proud of it because we actually built a routine of follow up. So the main part of CTO program is a CTO clinic. We start with the patient in a clinic and we follow him up for a year or more in a clinic. So the CTO procedure, it is very important, but it's only a part. I'm trying to keep the eye on the person or the patient behind these procedures. When you're doing a perfect reverse cart, it's very interesting. It's fantastic. It's technically very challenging, but it's all done for the sake of chest pain relief. So chest pain is the core business, not stand balloon or something. So I think that CTO job is. I'm very proud of all this construction that we succeeded to build.
Wonderful. And then I know Israel is obviously a very innovative country with a lot of new devices, new techniques, both in radiation, CTOs as well. Have you found that useful in your day-to-day practice?
what I mean, innovation in or practice. Yes, we as they call it startup nation or something. Uh, 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 we use a lot of imaging. We love very much physiology, intracoronary physiology. We have an interesting startup of CTO physiology, CTO coronary CTO based physiology, CTO-FFR or something. In CTO, I'm not using very much these techniques. I have to be honest. We use a lot of IVUS, very much IVUS. Lately, we started also with the OCT, sorry, and CTO. Um, uh, imaging, imaging, but we have not yet developed any trick for opening CTO and over a local glick. Not yet.
Wonderful. And what excites you the most about the future? What are your plans, both professionally and personally?
Mm. Well, you'll see the color of my hair, yeah. So, future. I think everyone has to think. Everyone who is doing difficult and challenging procedure has to think what he will do. What's his next step? Because it will be not easy. I'm not saying impossible, but not easy to keep the same pace along the course. And I think that in some years, some of us, maybe me, will have to think what will be the substitute for this adrenaline. So far, I think I'd like to be active in cat lab. Maybe maybe doing more training for younger operators. But definitely we have to think about it. I think that there this is based a balance is based on three factors. I think you have to be fit mentally and physically to continue. If you have severe back pain, I don't think that you can seriously plan something for a long time in a cat lab. I mean, you have to stay interested. So you have to keep your curiosity. If it's not interesting anymore, I don't think there's place to continue. Motivation, new techniques, and I think that most important, you have to get better. You have to improve all the time. If you are stop improving, you get into plateau. It also will be difficult to explain to yourself and to your children why are you still doing the same stuff if it's not getting better anymore. And this is the point. If this balance wobbles, you have to think about the next step. I think medicine definitely, cardiology definitely, interventional cardiology yes, maybe maybe it's more imaging, more patient care. Um, but we have to think about it. It's a very untrivial question.
Yeah. No, it's always challenging, right, when it comes to the time to decide what is the next step. But you're right. If you don't enjoy what you're doing as much and you don't improve and learn, maybe that's the best time to quit versus waiting for things to go downhill.
Yeah.
So Ilya, again, it's been a pleasure talking to you today. Um, you've been phenomenal in creating all this great program, teaching and helping so many patients. If you have to give some advice to new operators, fellows, or early career who are thinking of following on those footsteps, what would you advise them to do?
Um, I think first of all, you have to love your patients. And the trick is to love everyone separately, not all your patients, but each and every one of them. If you don't love them, it will be difficult to explain again why you invest so much energy, time, I think treating, um, treat, doing such demanding work. I think that everyone who starts doing PCI and complex PCI and CTO specifically has to be ready for the rapid decline, rapid drop of motivation at the beginning. There is a famous Dunning-Kruger curve, this U-shaped curve with confidence and competence. And confidence is skyrocketing at the beginning. When it hits reality, it drops deeply to the nadir. And this period is called the Valley of Despair. So everyone who starts with in our field has to be prepared to walk through this valley of despair and to wait until he builds his proficiency, technical proficiency. And it takes a lot of, sometimes a lot of time, but sometimes it goes a bit faster. Anyway, it will take time. And even if you're feeling perfect about this profession, be ready that you will go, first of all, you'll go very low and you'll have to be patient, motivated, and humble. It's very important because until you get up, you will encounter a lot of difficulties and troubles. You have to be prepared. And you have to find a good mentor. And good mentor, this one who allows you to make mistakes, and who supports you and makes you thinking, who promotes thinking, who obviously not giving an immediate question, but giving a hint, allowing you to maybe to learn, to figure out your own answer. This is a good mentor. So patience, patience, and a good mentor.
And who would you say were your mentors? I know you met and worked with many people all over the world. Who would you say are the people who impacted you the most?
Nah, I have a very long list of people that I owe a very big thank. Supported and promoted my career. Some of them even had no idea that they had so big impact on my work, like you with your perfect lecture. I think that first of all, Paul Knappen, he opened the door. He really I learned a lot of basics from him. He was a fantastic mentor, fantastic teacher. Sunao Nakamura, I think he is a true teacher of me, because he allowed me to think my way. I was always wrong, definitely, but he allowed me to make these mistakes. And the process of thinking, he shaped and supported me very much. I'm very grateful for his Kambis. This is one of my favorite destinations for travels. I go visit a lot of his cat lab. Just watching his work is to master. I learned a lot of tips and tricks from him, but there are very many others. Gasparini, okay, Mauri Carlino, many.
Perfect. Well, again, looks like you collected all the best parts from many people from all over and made your own part of the process and impacting other people on the way as well. So Ilya, thank you so much. It's been wonderful talking to you. Again, congrats for building a great program, sharing your experience with us, and looking forward to seeing you at one of the upcoming meetings.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. And I really want to invite you visiting our country, my cat lab, whenever you want. Will be a very big pleasure having you here. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to the Sensei podcast.